Hi everyone, welcome to Marika Creations. Today it's time for some thrift flips. I have been gifted some pieces and thrifted some other pieces. I have things in my stash and I will turn them into something beautiful, romantic, French country inspired decor. So stay tuned for this. For my first flip today, I have this piece here that I got from my neighbor. It has been a wall clock, beautiful thing. You can see in the corner what it might have looked in its glory days. So I will not turn it into another clock, but a tray I'm thinking of. So the piece has a bit of damage on the frame on the front there. It has apparently fallen off the wall and the clock broke completely. So first thing, I will take away all the things on the back there, and that was hard actually. So I had in the end take a crowbar and just break it off the back. Next thing, I'm sanding off the frame because it's quite glossy and I will paint it later on. So a little bit of sanding, and then I will go in with some spackle and fix the broken bits. And while that is drying, I will focus on the piece that I will have in the center where the clock face once was. I have a plate just the size for that space, so I will use that as a template to trace onto an MDF sheet, which I love to work with. It's so easy to cut out and paint on and do whatever you wish on the MDF. I have cut it out and now I'm putting on one coat of my light grayish color as a base coat because I want to paint something on this MDF piece. You can go ahead and use decoupage and stencils and whatever you wish, but I decided to paint something. And what I'm doing at the moment is I'm trying to teach myself not to go too much into details. I want it, you can see what it is like, a sky and a horizon, but just a little hazy, if you know what I mean by that. You see what I'm doing here? Then I will have a little bit of fun. I have put some water in my acrylic paint and now I'm taking just a paintbrush and splash it on and go right away in with a cloth and dabbing off the excess, dry it, take another splash, just to create some interest, some dimensions in my painting. And I'm using some beige and greyish and white to do that. And here I am dotting around because in this part of the painting I will create a flower or some flowers actually. You can see the stems coming here. And they will not be in great detail either, very hazy. And you will see once I have done my flowers, I will go in with some more splashes, just having fun. And here comes a big splash. And I scared myself, but no worries. It will not show that much. Dabbing off the excess, drying it, and it's okay. And once I'm happy with the result, I will set it aside to dry completely. And I have this butterfly. I think it's made of plaster that I'm thinking of putting behind that glass on my tray as well, just next to the painting I just made. So I will put a coat of my light greyish color, or actually 2 coats here, and then I will go in with some decoupaging, some different kinds of napkins, putting on Mod Podge on top and just playing around here as well. I want the same feeling on this butterfly that I have on the painting. And here comes the next layer, some roses on top. Once dry completely, I will go in dry brushing the piece with my light greyish color to give it a hazy look, just like the painting. And then I will cover both the painting and my butterfly with a coat of my satin finished varnish to protect the colors and the decoupage. Now back to the frame. I decided to take off the backing just to clean it, but then I discovered it was flaking. I was supposed to keep it like this inside because I thought it was quite pretty, but I can't. So I sanded off what I could sand off, and now I'm spackling the rest. It doesn't need to be super perfect because I will wallpaper it. So I'm just putting it onto my wallpaper, tracing it, and trace that inner circle as well. And then I will just take my scissors and cut it out. And here I have put on a lot of glue already. I'm just spreading it out evenly with a paintbrush. And then I will go ahead and put my wallpaper on top like that. And then I will take my box cutter and cut along that frame. It has dried a little bit. I've taped off the frame, the circled frame there, and now I'm putting on my light greyish color, just the 1 coat. And here I decided to go in just dry brushing the piece, because this is textured wallpaper. I didn't mention that, maybe you have seen it. And I'm putting on some different colors here, some green, some gold, some black even, some brown, some medium greyish color, until I'm happy with the result. Starts to look good already. And once it has dried completely, I go in with my satin finished varnish here, just the 1 coat. And here I'm taking off the masking tape, and it all looks very good. I'm happy with the result. I will use these knobs here as the handles of my tray. I know it's not supposed to be a tray handle, but I think it would look good. I picked them up, both of them, for €1 at a flea market, but they were too shiny for me. So now I'm dulling them down a little bit with some acrylic paint. And once I'm happy with the result, I just put on a little bit of varnish. I've taped off the glass and I've sanded off my spackling, my repairing on the sides, and now it's time to paint the frame. And I do that with my light greyish color that I've used all the way today, and I applied 2 coats. Now it's time to put everything together. Everything has dried, so the inner frame to start with, where I will place my painting like that, and just making sure it's put in straight, and then I will staple it into place. time to put my little butterfly into place just with a dab of hot glue. And now I will put everything together like that. Use the screws that was there from the start, and I will put some pads on the bottom for it not to scratch the surface it will sit on. And then I will turn it around and attach my knobs on the sides. And the last thing I do here is to put on a coat of my satin finish varnish on the frame. Et voila, here it is. And I am so happy with the result, and I'm actually glad that the backing did not work for me, because I think this wallpaper here turned out so great. And if I don't want to use it as a tray, I could easily put it on the wall, and I can use the knobs for something to hang from there. What do you think?
If you're new to my channel, hi, I am Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrift flips, trash to treasure, renovation of my home, and I even do some pottery and some painting, anything creative really. Please join me, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and let me inspire you.
For my next flip, I will make a tray holder, a tray hanger. I don't know what you call it. I have this beautiful vintage buckle in iron that I will use, and then I will make some straps out of fabric. But I will put this piece of hardware, it's a door hardware from a kitchen, and I will put the fabric around that and put that on the buckle so you can see the buckle. I don't want it to disappear in a bunch of fabric. So hubby is helping me here. He's bending that kitchen hardware for me so it has the right angles like that. And then he will drill holes in the buckle to fit that piece of hardware. And here we are with my fabric pieces and the buckle on top there, and I have a tray just to see what angle I have to put these straps in order for it to look good. So I will cut them at the angle that I need to in order for the trays to hang straight. And now I will sew them together. You will see how it looks once done. It's in a slight angle. So I will have 4 pieces that will meet on top, but only one piece that will go around that kitchen hardware. So I'm cutting the rest off. And now I am pinning them together, and I will sew them together and turn them right side out, as I have done here. And now I'm putting on the front a very nice piece of ribbon, a lace ribbon, a very wide one that will fit perfectly. So I will sew that on as well. And here we are, trying everything out and see if it fits. So I'm putting on every other like that, and the next one will go like that, and the next one. And right there at the end I have the longer one that would go through the hardware and go down like that. So I am sewing it by hand, the last bit there that goes around the hardware, And then I will put a little button on top as well, just something decorative. And I'm done here. Et voila, here it sits in my kitchen, looking beautiful, I think. Vintage looking. Love this buckle. And it has a purpose, holding my trays. For my third and final flip for today, I will turn this cute little farmhouse lantern into a French country elegant lantern. You will see. It's very cute as is, but I will shush it up a little bit. Take that handle off, for instance. And the roof needs to go, and I will fix the surface and change out the hardware. So, taking off the hardware, taking off the handle. I will not have a handle at all, and then I'm just prying off the roof as well. And the metal piece there on top, I will take it off, but I will reuse that as a protection. So here we are, it's all bare. I'm taking off the glass as well, the bottom, everything. Now we have just a skeleton. I will spackle all the holes, any imperfections. Well, it doesn't need to be perfect. I didn't go in and sand off any uneven bits. Let it be a little rustic, that's okay. So once that has dried, I go in and paint the whole piece with 2 coats of my light grayish color that I love so much, as you know, inside and out. And while the paint is drying, I will fix the roof. Hubby is cutting 2 pieces of this plywood for me that I will use as the base of my roof. And then I will take my belt sander and just sand them off. And here I'm putting on a base coat of my light grayish color back and front, on the sides, everywhere, and set them aside to dry. Just 1 coat. And now it's time for some decoupaging on my beautiful pieces. They look good already, but I will make them even prettier with some decoupaging. So first thing, putting on a coat of my Mod Podge on the whole lantern, not only the door here. We'll dry it, and then I will take some beautiful napkin here and reheat that Mod Podge with a parchment paper in between, and then I will just sand off the excess napkin, as you see me do here. If you like this video and videos like this, consider subscribing. Maybe share with a friend and hit that like button as well. It will help my channel to grow, and I can spend more time creating inspirational content for you. My aim is to upload 1 video per week. I will do the same thing on the lantern all the way around, just on the outside though. Same fashion here, napkin, parchment paper, heat, sand off the excess, put another coat of Mod Podge on top, and set everything aside to dry. And then I'm putting on a coat of my varnish with a satin finish, just 1 coat to protect my decoupage. And now it's time for the bottom of my lantern. It was a metal piece, but I thought I could use a piece of slate and just cut it to size with my grinder, as you see me do here. Now I'm attaching the roof with some screws. I've already put that metal roof in place. It doesn't matter that the screws show or not here, because I will put some wallpaper, textured wallpaper on top like this. So I will just cut it to size and then put some glue on top of my roof, spread it out with the paintbrush like this, and then press that wallpaper into place and set it aside to dry for a little bit. Once dry, I will paint the roof with my light grayish color, just one coat. Now I will put on some new hardware, making a pilot hole right through there and screw it into place. The new knob in the shape of a key. And the hinges are the same. They are a bit not my taste, very shiny. So I will address that next. Once I have attached the door, I will go ahead and paint the hinges, and I'm using acrylics, brown, green, black, just dabbing around a little bit to give them a more vintage look. And next I am dry brushing the texture on the roof with a white acrylic paint, just to give it a little bit of dimension. Last thing, some satin finish varnish on my hinges and on the roof. And now I'm putting the bottom piece in place. Instead of this metal piece, I now have a piece of slate, much better looking. Et voila! This is how it turned out, my beautiful lantern. What do you think? More French country elegance or still farmhousey? A little bit of rustic makes my day, so I'm not mad at it at all. I think it turned out very cute. And on the inside, a little bit of decor. So tell me, what do you think of my flips today? Did you have a favorite? Let me know in the comments. If you're inspired and you want more inspiration straight away, just hit that DIY playlist appearing on the screen right here. Just click and enjoy. Thank you so very much for watching. See you soon again in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.